3rd of January, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Hi, Lou. We are we're on 89A, and we are in it's the second page, and it's column 2, right? Is that correct? Towards the bottom.
Thank you.
So the thing with the Maluk properties is even though the Takanas Usha would prevent her from selling Maluk properties in her lifetime completely to a purchaser, but she could sell the Maluk properties for their Tovas Anah. What's that mean? The Tovas Anah? It meant just like we said in the previous Gemora, that she was selling the Ksuva for Tovas Anah. What over here it means, look, this is not a sure thing that the purchaser is going to get anything, because it depends who survives whom. If the husband survives the wife, so then these Maluk properties will go be Yerusha. They will be inherited by the husband, because the husband will inherit the wife, and Takanas Usha prevents the wife from selling the properties in her lifetime. But says the Gemora, but still, on the side that the wife survives the husband, so then the husband will not inherit her, and then the wife would be able, the purchaser will get the Maluk properties. So it's like that's the Tovas Anah. So how much would this guy pay for this gamble of getting the Maluk properties? So whatever it is that he's going to pay, this discounted amount that he's going to pay, that will go that will go to the wife, and the wife will be able to use those proceeds to pay the person she injured. So why is it the Mishnah say that she has no money? So therefore, says the Gemora, we have to say that the Mishnah is talking about a case where the woman does not have any properties like this. Ella, the lace law. She doesn't have any of these properties. And then the Gemara says, hey nun, that's the first words on the line. Hey nun, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines up from the spread, where the lines widen. Hey nun, hakanami. So too, the lace law. So she doesn't have hakanami, the lace law. I think what this means over here, I think, like Roy said, this means that the Mishnah is talking not about Takanas Usha, because if the woman doesn't have any property, so then we don't see any evidence of an existence of Takanas Usha, because Takanas Usha would serve to make the husband the Lokeach Rishon of any properties that she would try to sell during the marriage. But if we're saying that she has no such properties, so then hakanami, so too we can also say that the Mishnah is talking without Takanas Usha. There is there's no basis for saying that there is Takanas Usha.
Sorry, but that doesn't necessarily be so. It could be a Takanas Usha, even though I think there's not anyway, but there could be one, but not applicable here because there's no property to be ushered about.
We can't usher the property. Okay, that's a good one. Roy just made a new word. Okay.
So it still could exist, but not be necessary in this, not be applicable here. So we don't use it
Well, what
if you haven't got if she hasn't got property.
okay, so what's when the Gemora is talking about Takanas Usha, not Takanas Usha, yes, Takanas Usha, what's the Gemora interested in doing? The Gemora is interested in giving us a unrefutable proof of the existence of Takanas Usha,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's what the Gemora wants to show. It might be that there's Takanas Usha. That doesn't interest us. We're not looking for we want an absolute proof to the existence of Takanas Usha. So that's why the Gemara originally in the first step, the Gemara said if there wouldn't be Takanas Usha, that's the way the Gemara puts it. It puts it to me, it's a kind of a confusing way, but I guess whatever. Gemara says, Isoka Daitek, if you thought to say that there isn't such a thing as Takanas Usha, so why is it the woman has no money? Let her sell her Malug properties. She'll get the proceeds from it, from the buyer, and then she'll use that money and pay the victim that she injured. So that, says the Gemara, if the Mishnah says that she doesn't have anything to pay the guy, to the one that she injured, so it must be that it must be that what? It must be that there is Takanas Usha. So it's not an option for her to sell those properties and get the money for it because the husband's the Lokeach Rishon. According to Takanas Usha, the husband's the Lokeach Rishon. He prevents the sale. She can't sell the property and cut the rug under his feet, so he can't inherit her. And so that's what the Gemara was interested to do, to prove the existence of Takanas Usha. And on that, the Gemara answered, no, there's no proof. There's no proof, because you know what we'll say? We'll say at the end of the day, we'll say the Mishnah's talking, she's got no property. She didn't get any property. She has no property. Oh, says the Gemara, if she has no property, so then Hakanami Deleisla. What's the Gemara mean over here? Hakanami Deleisla. You just got through telling me. Ella Deleisla. Now you're telling me again? Hakanami Deleisla. Yes, indeed, she doesn't have. What do you mean? Yes, indeed, she doesn't have. You just got through telling me she doesn't have. So I think what the Gemara means to say over here is that if she doesn't have, so then now we don't have any basis for proving the existence of Takanas Usha.
Right.
Okay. Now the Gemara's got another idea though. Okay, she doesn't have any Nixay. Previously, in the previous section, we were talking about her ksuba also, but we were not talking about the ksuba of where she gets 100 or 200. What we call the ikr ksuba, the main body of the ksuba. We weren't talking about that. We were talking about the part of the ksuba that writes in, and she's got property guaranteed that when the ksuba is paid out, she gets 100,000. We evaluated, we appraised the property, and it's worth 100,000. We write that into the ksuba. That's called Nixay Son Barzel. That's iron sheet property, and whether it washes out, whether it triples in value, if she gets paid out the ksuba, she's going to get that 100,000 also from the husband. But now we're not talking about that part of the ksuba. Now, when the Gemora says, why doesn't she sell her ksuba and get money from the ksuba? Let her sell the ksuba, tova sana. What's that talking about here now? We're talking about the 200 and the 100 part of the ksuba, the ikar ksuba. She has a ksuba, even if she doesn't have any property at all, but she has a ksuba. When she married her husband, he gave her a ksuba, and this is the very least of what is in that ksuba. So let her sell that ksuba, for tova sana, right? That she got to find somebody who's willing to gamble on receiving the proceeds of the ksuba in the event that the husband passed away first or he divorces her. So then the ksuba is going to be paid out, and he'll get the proceeds. So whatever that guy is going to pay for the tova sana, this ksuba, that's the money that she's got. She's got money. Let her do that, and then she'll be able to pay the injured party. Oh, we should have. Okay, I should have let somebody read that.
It's all right. We forgive you.
Okay, so let's read it now. Let's read it now. Better late than never. Now you know what it means. It'll have a whole different meaning when you read it. Okay, so this is, you see where we are? It's on the line, it says, hey nun, the leisla, hakanami the leisla, period. And now the Gemora's got another question. Tazavein. Lou, you want to read?
Okay. Let's see. I see Hakanami Rebbe Meir. That's not where you are, though.
The Gemara continues to question the Mishnah, the middle of the right-hand column, 89A2.
Uzavein?
Yeah.
I thought you said Hakanami.
Yeah, that's the first words in the line.
Oh, okay. Uzavein Kesuvasa Vitovas Hanaa Vititain Le. Okay, so it says, let her sell her ketuva for the discounted value and give it to her victim. Give it to him.
Right.
Okay. The Gemara answers, hi, money. Who is this? Meaning, who's the author of the Mishnah? Rabbi Meir, he. It is Rabbi Meir. De Amar Asur lo la'adam sheyashcha es ishto afilu sha'a achas. Below Kesuba. Who says, Rabbi Meir says, that it is forbidden for a man to keep his wife even for 1 hour without a kesuva. So that's what we learned before, the Rabbi Meir's position. You can't have a situation where there's no kesuva.
Right.
And so why is that significant? Because because how can you let her sell her kasuva? She sells
Yeah,
her
then-
kasuva, she has no kasuva, then that, the Rebbe Meir says that's not allowed.
Yeah, then you're causing the man to be married to her without a ksuba. So therefore, we won't allow the woman to sell the ksuba, to put the man in a situation where he's not allowed to be in. So okay. Now, yeah.
V'tamamai, what is the reason? Today, shalo tehei kala be'e nav lahotzi'ah. In order that it should not be easy in his eyes to send her out.
Right.
It shouldn't be easy for him. He should not, he should have reason to, he should have financial disincentive to divorcing her.
Right. So is it good? So what's going to happen over here when the wife sells the ksuba?
So, so he says, well, if I divorce her,
I won't have to
then
pay.
I've got to pay the purchaser.
No,
Oh,
So that's a disincentive.
right. And therefore,
Rabbi Meir's objection is not going to be a problem. Rabbi Meir said you can't have a situation where there's no kasuva because the husband might be motivated to divorce her, so he's got nothing to lose. So in this situation, that's not the case, because even though the wife won't collect the kasuva, the purchaser will collect kasuva, and so if he divorces her, he's going to lose out.
right, it doesn't matter who he has to pay the ksuba to. It's going to be, it's not going to be easy for him to send her out. And therefore, the Gemora's suggestion that the Mishnah that says that the wife has no money to pay the person that she injured, the Gemora's suggestion that Mishnah goes according to Reb Meir, is that a good answer?
No.
Oh, that's not a good answer. That's right.
Because
Oh,
it says hacha lo megaresh la. Here he's not going to divorce her.
Right.
The megaresh la, that if he divorces her, asu hanach de zabne. They'll come, the purchasers. Gavu le lich tsuvasa mina, and they'll collect the kasuva from him.
Yeah.
So you can't complain and say Rabbi Meir wouldn't allow this. Rabbi Meir will allow this.
Right. So therefore, what does that leave us with? The question comes back. Why is it that the woman doesn't have any money? According to this Mishnah, what do you mean she's got no money? Let her sell her ksuba for tovas hana, and then she'll have money, and then she'll be able to pay the victim.
the relationship with her husband will change.
What's that?
But her relationship with her husband will change,
How so?
because if he hasn't got a kasuba, if she hasn't got a kasuba, there's no ksuba in the house, then he can't be there or she can't be there.
Well, the Gemora is saying that what's the whole reason for that? That the husband can't live with her without a ksuba, is so that have to pay out a ksuba. In this case, though, also, it's not going to be easy for him to divorce her because the purchaser of the ksuba will come and collect the money from the husband. So it's so weiter. The what do they call it? The reasoning behind the ruling of Rev Meir is upheld, even if the wife sells the ksuba. So the Gemara understands that this would not present a difficulty to Rev Meir to have the wife sell the ksuba.
But I would imagine that despite any reason, it'll still be together.
What's that?
I would imagine despite any reason, if they haven't got a ksuba, full stop. That's it.
Okay. It's a little late here now.
Oh, it's late. Okay.
Take care. Be well.
Remember your question, Roy.
I don't know if I will. All right.
Okay. Chodesh Tov.
Thank you.
Sorry, I phased out on you. I really did a number on my throat.
Do you feel okay
God,
now?
I'm feeling okay now.
Good. So we're not sure about this afternoon yet, right?
How much vodka did you have to
Not
drink?
sure about Rabbi Baum yet, right?
I'm assuming the Rabbi Baum will be there. I
Yeah, before.
haven't seen anything.
He hasn't noticed anything.